Yeah, my dear, on the beat.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de papa emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
I see mommy in Kechi, a rapper don't tell she the new for grave where my uche de papa emeka. Don't blind from growing, Peking don't fall, now watch up I'm raw. Me self they shake my hand no feel. Yesterday we laughed, today now dust we more. If we don't stop this night where we they share, tell me who go sing for the ones we know, babe.
She need the voice from under the soil. Brother, no let my blood turn to oil. Little Ada they ask where my papa go. Her small hand they shake, she no sabi this woe. I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
No, make we try, yo. Back up in the day.
I beg my people see this fire we burn. Now our house they blaze, now our future they turn. We go tell their ghosts we no go fail you. If we hold this love, that death go burn you.
Oh, make we try, yo.
Back up joints with a trembling, oh, hey. If we no join now, our children go so.
This is my wicked word. This is my Confucian word. Listen to Palibrand. I'm really telling you a story about the one lady girl. Pali they go to work. Pali they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The driver they go. The driver they go. Opposite Udi. By the right hand side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver waiting they happen. The driver waiting they happen. The driver tell the pali boy. See no day for talk. See no day for talk. It better you take your eye and see. Then I call the driver. The driver waiting. The driver waiting. This is not wicked word. This is not Confucian word. Listen to Palibran. I will tell you a story about one lady girl. Polly they go to work. Polly they work for bank. Then I enter for motor. The driver they go. Opposite Udi. But the right hand the side. Along Gusukudu Road. I see people run. I see people run. Then I ask the driver.
the prayer of David from the book of Psalm, chapter 7. And I will pray in English because a lot of people are listening all over the world. I mean, a lot. Millions are listening all over the world. And I want them to follow our proceedings this very evening. Very, very critical, very, very important that we do so. O Lord, my God, the creator of the heavens and the earth, we take refuge in you. Save and deliver us from all that pursue us. Because if you look away from us, they will tear us apart like a lion and rip us to pieces with no one to rescue us. Because the world is against Biafra for no reason. We are hated, we are despised for no discernible reason. Only thee, O Lord God Almighty in heaven, is our Savior, not man. You must come to our rescue. Because you are our Lord and you are our God. If we have done this, if I have done anything, if there is guilt on my hands, if I have repaid anybody, be it friend or an adversary, with evil or without cause, have done wrong to any man or woman, then let the Fulani Janjaweed pursue and overtake me. Let them trample down my life to the ground and make me sleep in the dust. Arise, O Elohim, Adonai El Shaddai, in your anger, rise up against the rage of the Fulani Janjaweed Caliphate and the Zoological Republic. You will rise and you will fight for your children. You will awake, O Heavenly Father, Lord God Almighty, the creator of the heavens and the earth, the owner of the universe, for you must decree justice. Let your children and all men and of goodwill gather around you while you sit on top of your throne in the highest of the heavens, the habitation that only thee can ever occupy. Only you, O Heavenly Father, will judge the people. You will vindicate me. O Lord, you will vindicate IPOB. You will vindicate your children of Biafra according to our righteousness, according to our integrity. O Most High, bring an end to the violence of the wicked. Bring an end to Fulani Janjaweed violence in our land. Bring an end to their abductions. Bring an end to their kidnappings. Bring an end to their extrajudicial slaughter of the innocent. Bring an end to their forced conversion of Christians into Islam. Bring to an end their mediocrity. Bring to an end their senseless feudal rule. Bring to an end their evil and their deception. Come and secure the righteous, because only you, O God Almighty in heaven, can see in the dark. Only you know the hearts of men. You are our shield. We have nobody. Between 67 and 1970, the whole world ganged up and fought against your children. We did not steal anything from anybody. We did not go after anybody's possession nor inheritance. We were on our own in the land that you gave to our ancestors. They conspired, they connived, they colluded to kill us. Over 5 million people. We are dead at the end of it. You are our shield. We do not trust in any man or in any state. We trust only in thee, because you are God and you always save the upright at heart. Anybody whose heart is clean, oh Heavenly Father, to those you do not abandon to their enemies. That is why you cannot abandon IPOB. That is why Biafra can never be abandoned. Because your words are yea and amen. You are God, you're not human. Facebook may have been bought over by Nigeria, and we pray that Twitter will not succumb to their threats and their violence. You are God, and you are an upright and a just judge. But you are also a God that displays his wrath every blessed day. If Fulani Janjaweed do not relent in what they are doing, if the Fulani Caliphate continues to pursue this scorched earth policy of abductions and murder and mayhem, then you, O Lord God in heaven, you will sharpen your sword, you will bend and string your bow, you will prepare your deadly weapons, you will make ready your flaming arrows. Whoever is pregnant with evil conceives trouble and gives birth to disillusionment. That is what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Nigeria is pregnant with evil because it conceived trouble and it has now given birth to disillusionment. All the holes that the Fulani Janjaweed are digging for us into that pit, they are falling into one after the other. The trouble that they have caused will always rebound on them. Their violence will come down on their own heads. O Heavenly Father, for we shall give thee thanks always, all the days of our lives, because only thee is righteous. We shall sing songs of praise unto your holy name, O Most High. For as long as there is a child on this earth of Biafran descent and heritage, O Heavenly Father, we shall worship your name and your name alone, now and forevermore, we pray. He said, that was our prayer this evening. We are now going to proceed without further hesitation to bring to you the gospel which I have been mandated by heaven to preach to the children of men. Unequivocally and very clearly that there are ongoing efforts by Fulani slaves in our land, propelled by the Department of State Security in Anambra State, to rubbish the gallant work that ESN is doing in defense of the Holy Land of Biafra. What transpired in Anambra State today around Ogidi can never ever happen again. And I'm issuing an instruction this evening to all our intelligence teams on the ground. I want to find out the very cult group that is responsible for robbing a bank. And they were carrying Biafran flags. I want them found and found immediately. I am making this very broadcast this evening to remind everybody. I don't want to hear that maybe Bakassi has come again, that they are now like Bakassi. If your child is involved, if your child is involved in the robbing of a bank using the sacred flag of Biafra today, you must produce him. You must produce that child. All of the idiots that I was told went for a burial. They said in a cult. You must. From this evening, I don't want to hear about any cult again in Biafra land. Wherever there's a cult in Biafra land, they will be dismantled from top to bottom. I don't want to hear about any cultism in Biafra land anymore. I don't want to hear about all these useless groups that these idiots are going into. And any politician, that buys methamphetamine drugs for our people, for our young people, because he or she wants to convert them into his political thugs. You're a dead man walking, I assure you. A dead man walking, I assure you. You idiots cannot rubbish the work that men and women are sacrificing their lives every day in order to secure our land. You idiots cannot rubbish it. I have never sanctioned, we can never sanction any form of criminality. It can never happen. We know who our enemies are. All of you idiots today that was told that came out with your pump action guns and was shooting guns everywhere. We did not clear the road of police checkpoints, Fulani Janjaweed, just for you to become lawless. It can never happen. It can never ever happen. I assure you. We are going to find all of you. We will find all of you. All the idiots today that picked up guns, and you people were there when Fulani was ravaging everywhere. Fulani came to Ayamen and killed people. You never came out. You never came out, did you? You never came out. But now you feel you have arrived, isn't it? You must excuse me because these idiots, they are attacking our lines once again. As always, they attack it. Let me send them somewhere else so they will not be able to attack what we are doing anymore. I want everybody to understand what I'm saying this evening. I want parents to understand what we are saying this evening. I need all of you to understand what we are saying. We are no longer, I repeat, we are no longer going to tolerate this garbage anymore. It can no longer happen. Never, ever, ever. It's not going to happen. I believe we have managed to rectify whatever problem or difficulties that we are having with our apps. And of course, in Biafra land, this very message is going into. We must be very, very careful. This is the same thing that the Fulani Janjaweed did, instigating boundary disputes all across Biafra land. Cross River and Ebonyi, they are fighting. Abia and Akwa Ibom, they are fighting. Everywhere there is a border fight, it is being instigated by DSS. That is their job. And as if we knew, we sounded this alarm very, very early today. We got the intel that DSS was planning to go and rob a bank. They were planning to go and rob a bank. And this evening, they have done it. They have done it. Therefore, from today, there will be no cultism from tonight. No cultism in Biafra land anymore. If we catch you that you are in a cult, let your villagers talk and say, oh, they have come again, no, Bakassi is here. If your child is in a cult, go and rein him or her in this night. If your child is part of any cult in the whole Biafra land, go and advise your child to leave that cult tonight. ESN is in the forest protecting our land. We have not come into the town yet. Go and ask our enemies, Fulani Janjaweed, both their army and their police, how they're finding things inside the bush. I am warning all of you. I don't want to command ESN to come out on the streets of Biafra land. They're in the forest defending all of you. I don't want to command them to come into our township. Don't allow yourselves to be used by Fulani slaves in our midst to disrupt or try to distort the message you are passing to the whole world. You want the world to say, oh, we'll not give them Biafra. Can't you see what I'm doing with Biafran flag? That's what you want. That is what DSS wants to do. Any politician, we are going to start our investigation started tonight. Before weekend, we are going to come up with the names of the sponsors of these idiots that did what they did today in Anambra State. Then you will know how formidable we are. We don't want to engage anybody or any group in our land. If you kill your brother or your relative, you're not strong. It's when you kill outsiders that you're a strong person. I want our men to focus on fighting a common enemy, which is Fulani Janjaweedism and terrorism. Don't allow us to leave the war front where we are to come to your villages looking for you. You won't find it very funny, I assure you. I don't want to hear about any cult anymore. Anybody attending any burial in any of our villages, no more guns. We cannot see you with a gun anywhere, or else you will die that same day in that very place. Always go and ask the zoo police and the army. If you listen and go, we will show you how angry we are. We are against any form of criminality. No kidnapping, no bank robberies, nothing. Men did not sacrifice their lives to clear our roads and our motorways of roadblocks. Should I say Fulani checkpoints? Extracting money. You people are the ones crying. We don't want these roadblocks. There are too much. These checkpoints everywhere. They have been cleared. Now we have cleared it. You think you can come out with a gun to be robbing banks? Without banks, you will not have a job, you idiots. Don't you know that? They are the ones that give loans to people to create businesses that employ people. You are doing cult. When Fulani came, you did not, your cultism deserted you. You did nothing. They raped our sister at Uli and cut her to pieces. You did nothing. We are going to find you people. But we will find all of you one after the other. And then you will understand how serious we are. And there are mad people everywhere. Our systems are back on full. Now, once again, we even Facebook is allowing me to try to broadcast. Of course, they will remove people as always. But we are on Instagram, please. And Instagram is very, very stable. At Mazi Nnamdi Kanu _official. Forget these fools and what they are doing. Forget Facebook and all the rest of it. It's DSS that planned the attack today on the bank. Anybody moving about with Biafran flag again, disturbing public peace in Biafra, there will be no mercy. I'm warning all of you in advance before I say, oh, they're killing each other. I'm warning you now in advance. Nobody is allowed to carry Biafran flag, to intimidate, to harass, even to speak rudely to anybody. This very flag has the blood of over 5 million people on it. We don't play with it. If you want to fight, go and fight Fulani Janjaweed. Go and fight Fulani terrorists in the forest. Stop harassing people. Or else, I will give the command for ESN to leave the bushes and come outside. And then all of you are dead, I assure you.
Made it very clear how important it is that you sit at home to prepare your mind for what is to come. Because in this no election, sit at home is going to be one of the tools we are going to use. I want you to understand that we have actually succeeded. We have done the test for more than 1 good year. We have been able to prove to the world that the politicians in Biafra land have no control over the people. The governors cannot control the people of Biafra. That is why we sit at home every Monday, irrespective of the threat coming from them. The Biafra people will always sit at home on Monday. So we have actually test run this particular approach we're going to use next year. I want you to understand that after the no election have succeeded, the way Omahi of Ebonyi State felt when he fought sit at home is the way they are going to feel. The way Soludo lost the battle over Monday sit at home is the same way he is going to feel. The same way Hopus Odema lost the battle of sit at home is the same way he is going to feel. The same way all the politicians and the governors who ganged up to start killing Eastern Security Network for the past 1 year, and they have not succeeded in killing them, is the same way all of them are going to feel. They will feel that the power has been completely taken away from them. And after this is done, the door and the gate will be open. This time around, you are not going to fight alone. Some of them will join us to fight Nigeria. I am telling you the fact, because they cannot be in Biafra land and fight against us at the end of the day. You see Umahi, you see all the governors of the Southeast, by the time we succeed in stopping this election, they will have no choice. They are going to deploy resources to fight against Nigeria. They can't be inside Biafra land and command anybody or command any military. It will not happen. I am telling you the fact. And in all these things that will be happening from the beginning, they would like to do garagara. They would like to do garagara, that they are the commander, they command state and that, you know, and we are going to give it to them. Woto, the first 3 weeks. Election observers, international community will be talking. I want you people to understand that the way South Africa got liberation from the apartheid regime is not the same thing we're going to do. I want to inform you that the way Sudan got disintegrated is not the same thing we are going to do. I want you to understand that the way Ambazonia started fighting their own is not the way we are going to do our own. I want you to understand that the way Eritrea, Tigray, or Ethiopia, and all of them are doing their own is not the way we are going to do our own. We are different from different culture, and Nigeria is completely a different country. The contraption of Nigeria is different from others. And we have been able to research to know the best way to disintegrate Nigeria. And let me tell you, there are many things we are not going to make public. This is just one of the plan. This one will never fail. We are going to add the A, B, C to Z. There is plan A, B, C to Z. And if care is not taken, we are going to apply all the plan at the same time. Because Nigeria don't need to have mess. We don't need to mess. We don't need to have mercy on this evil contraption called Nigeria. The country that have killed millions of Biafra people to maintain one Nigeria. But I want to assure you people today that after this generation of Biafra, after this generation, anybody that had something to do with Nigeria will know that Biafra really have men. And this generation, that our brain is very, very hot.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program, wherever you are connecting from. Please kindly like and share the program to all platforms. Share to family and friends. Share the program to everyone that you can be able to reach. Don't watch alone. As you join us, you click the like button, give a thumbs up, and then you share. Wherever you are watching the program, either you are watching us on TikTok, you are watching us on Facebook, or you are with us on YouTube, where we are hosting this program on a daily basis. You are highly welcome. I appreciate every one of you who has connected. It is a new week. and I welcome you to the new week. Remember, Monday is always a special day for us. Those of us who are committed in the cause of Biafra, those of us who are genuinely seeking for the restoration of independence of Biafra, Monday is a very special day for us. It is a sit at home, a day that Biafrans exercise civil disobedience, a day that the Biafrans generally agree that we will exercise civil disobedience. Sit at home. Sit at home is the most peaceful way to show your grievances and annoyances to an evil government, more especially in a situation where you cannot protest, a situation where you don't have the opportunity to protest, when you are dealing with tyrants that are ready to take your life at any given point in time. Sit at home is the best alternative. And you can see today, Biafrans have adopted the sit at home for more than 4 years and still counting. And they are not ready to stop. The sit at home of Monday has actually achieved a lot. The only person that will pretend that he has not achieved anything or is against him is those who are benefiting from the evil entity called Nigeria. Those who are envious, those who are jealous, those who are greedy. They are the only people that have been attacking the sit at home. And there is no way you can make them understand. And we have stopped making them to understand. The Biafrans have realized that these people are of no good for us. So we are focusing on the things that matters to us, and we are pursuing and following our freedom. And we will continue to do so regardless what the enemies are doing and regardless what the enemies say. No matter how they try to attack us, no matter how they try to blackmail us, we will continue to do what we have to do. Why we sit at home every Monday is to demand the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of IPOB, and every Biafran political leader that has been detained. Every Biafran that has been detained politically must be released unconditionally. We sit at home to demand our freedom. We sit at home to show the world that the Nigerian government has no legitimacy in Biafran territory. We sit at home to delegitimize Nigerian government and to legitimize Biafran government. That is why we sit at home. And we will continue to do so until our land is fully recovered. It does not matter what they do. It doesn't matter how many lives they take. It doesn't matter their propaganda and their blackmail. We will continue. The world is watching. We have been on this path for more than 4 years and still counting. And I bet you the world is watching and they are observing. In as much as we know that they have their own interests, that is why they have failed to heed to our voice. But a time is going to come when they will not be silent anymore. A time is going to come when they will have no choice than to let go of the children of Chukwukabiam. The sit at home was agreed by Biafrans, not enforced by anybody. The Zoological Republic government have tried by all means to blackmail it. They have tried everything they can to blackmail it, to target evil, to pinch us against ourselves. But they have always failed. If you have listened to the program of Mazi in Canada I played, that broadcast will make you see what transpired in Anambra State then. The DSS orchestrated an evil plan immediately after the launching of the ESN. They orchestrated an evil plan. And the DSS, they went and robbed a bank in Anambra State with the flag of Biafra. They went and robbed a bank. And when they went to that robbery, they went to the Biafran flag. You can imagine. And they left the Biafran flag there. And then the next news you are hearing is that the Biafran agitators went and robbed the bank. And it was an orchestrated plan by the DSS. You hear Mazi Nnamdi cannot talk about it. They also went again to continue to sponsor cult groups. They sponsor cult groups to begin to perpetrate evil against the Biafran people. And you saw Mazi Nnamdi kind of rose to the occasion and banned everything that had to do with cultism in Biafra land. Banned. He banned everybody using the Biafran flag for anything illegal, including speaking unnecessarily, including making derogatory comment that doesn't have meaning. But today, what do you see? Today, you see people put Biafran flag behind them, holding Biafran flag, and they are lying. Holding Biafran flag, and all they speak is lie, propaganda, and blackmail against their brother. In that video of Mazi Nnamdi, you hear when he says that only Mazi Nnamdi made it clear. If you want to show that you are strong, that you should go to the forefront and face our real enemy that we all know. We know our enemies. We know them. And they know themselves. Those in uniform and those off uniform. You saw it in the speech of Mazi Nnamdi. He made it clear. You know why it is important I go back and continue to play these messages of Mazi Nnamdi from time to time. Any blessed day, I must bring a new one or some to come and play for you to listen, for you to know where we are coming from. So that when you join today and you are talking about Biafra, you should know what you are speaking about. You saw how angry Mazi Nnamdi was for people who claim to be Biafran and they use Biafran flag for something else. They use it to commit fraud. They used to go to stealing, use it to commit crime. They use it to set people up. They use it for propaganda and blackmail. Today, go and see many platforms that when you look their name, you see their title of their name, Biafra this, Biafra that, Biafra this, Biafra. But go and hear what they are saying. Absolute nonsense and rubbish. Those of us that titled our platform with our own name is even much better. You see them, they will say Biafra platform, Biafra this. But when you go there and listen to what they say, bunch of lies. Lies upon lies, deceit. They are busy fighting against their own brother, castigating their brother or their sister. In a platform that was meant to build, When you listen to the voice of Mazi Nnamdi, you see that this propaganda and blackmail did not start today. The blackmail of Nigerian government did not start today. And they use our own people to do it. Even when Mazi Nnamdi was here, they were using Biafrans against Biafrans. When you listen to that broadcast very well, you find that Mazi Nnamdi was furious against the Biafrans who allowed themselves to be used by the caliphate, by the DSS. It didn't start today. It didn't start from Mazi Simon Ekpa. After the launching of ESN, successfully, Mazi Nnamdi was able to clear the road. Most of the roadblocks were taken off. And immediately, the DSS went into work. They began to push their propaganda so that they can see a reason to come back. And that is what they have always done. Whenever you tell them to remove the roadblock, they will now begin to increase in criminality. They will now go and gather gang group, give them guns, group of gangs, give them guns. Even with Biafran flag, tell them to go and begin to commit crimes. They also go ahead to give them hard substance to take. This is something that is manipulated by the federal government of Nigeria through the politicians. They are still doing it up to today. So when you listen to this, you see that these things did not start even from Mazi Simon Ekpa. When Mazi Simon Ekpa came, the same thing was what they were doing to Mazi Simon Ekpa. Whenever Mazi Simon Ekpa give an order to clear the road, the next minute you will see the increase of, they begin to sponsor different kinds of cult group and criminals. That was the same step. That thing Mazi Nnamdi was lamenting there was what they did to this sit at home. Monday sit at home. You remember? When we started Monday sit at home, every Monday, There will be burning of trucks. There will be burning of houses. There will be loss of life every Monday by a certain group sponsored by the DSS, sponsored by the politicians, sponsored by the Nigerians, just to make sure they demonize what we are doing because they know the effects of sit at home. Many countries of the world have applied sit at home and it worked for them. And some of them, they say, why are you sitting at home? You should go to Abuja and sit down. Bunch of clowns and idiots. They say, why are you sitting at home? Why are you sitting at home? You know, Tinubu is not in Biafra land. It's not Biafra land, it's you. Why are you punishing your people? Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Civil disobedience is the most civil way for you to air your opinion when you are dealing with tyrants. When you are dealing with tyrants, a state-sponsored tyranny, civil disobedience is the only way you can save your life. In Nigeria, you can't protest. Not even for a better Nigeria. You cannot even protest for a better Nigeria, let alone protesting for Biafra. For a better Nigeria, you cannot protest in Nigeria for a better Nigeria, let alone come and say you want to protest for Biafra. You saw what they did to them in NSAS. You see how many people lost their life in NSAS. There was no accountability up to today. Not even sorry, no apology. Some people, their cops were not fined up to today, and the country moves on. You saw what they did to the Shiite group. When the Shiite people were protesting, you see how many Shiite were murdered. More than 1,000 Shiite men were murdered in cold blood because they were protesting. Just the recent one, they were talking about good governance, about hunger, whatever, protest. You saw how many people that died. The only civil way, peaceful and civil way to show your disapproval of the government, a tyrannic government, like the one they have in Nigeria, is civil disobedience. You saw that at a point in time, even most of those activists, they begin to call for sit at home. I have a video where Delefaro to me was asking Nigerians to sit at home. Delefaro to me was asking Nigerians to apply the method of IBOE, apply the method of Biafrans and sit at home. Many people, many of them were calling for Nigeria. But you know, Nigeria is not a country. There is no way you can get such kind of unity in Nigeria and tell them to sit at home. It can never happen. That is why I say these people that call themselves activists, they know the problem, but when it comes to solution, they score zero. They can sit in their platform, they can sit in the conventional media, and they narrate how you can solve the problem within 2 minutes. But after the next week, they cannot offer anything. Practically, they can't do nothing. Theoretically, they will sit in a place and tell you how you can make Nigeria better. But apply it. No way. Even Obadiah Melafia that they murdered, Obadiah Melafia called for sit at home, say that all Christians should sit at home to show their grievances. All these calls from activists in the zoo shows you that sit at home remain the only eligible way, the only peaceful way for you to show your grievances to the zoo, and they will hear the sound, and the world will pay attention. They know. That is why you see them, all their energy is on sit at home. They blackmail sit at home, including taking life of the innocent people, just to see that they demonize it. They paid media houses, they paid content creators, every one of them. Up to this moment, ask them, what has sit at home got to do with them? Even those who are not Biafrans, you think they care about you? When you see somebody from Yoruba land telling you about sit at home, concerned, you didn't think he care about you, and now someone talking about a Fulani man talking about sit at home, you think he care about you? He doesn't care about you. But they know the implication of that very civil disobedience. They know that the world is watching. They know that that is a self-referendum, and we have been able to conduct a self-referendum now for more than 4 years and still going. And somebody will tell you, it doesn't make sense. They will come and some of them will kind of tell you, do you know how many billion they are losing? Imagine a Nigerian politician telling you how much the country is losing a day. Imagine a Nigerian politician coming to tell you, you know how much you lose. And ask that idiot, the ones he have gained, what do you do with this? When the sit at home was not there, the money we were getting, where did they apply it? And if we calculate by the amount they say they are losing every Monday, if we calculate by that amount, now you can imagine the amount they get from Monday till Monday. Then what are they doing with the money? I'm not talking about the allocation now. The tax they generate, the inner tax they generate from the state. The state VAT they generate. They will be calling billions. They are losing each state. Then calculate within yourself, if such billions is being raised in every state, what are they doing with the money? What are they doing with the money? Underdevelopment is everywhere. There is no light, there is no road, there is no water, there is no job, there is nothing is working, nothing, absolutely nothing. The only thing they are good in buying SUV. If you see their convoy, SUV, they block road and cause hold up. That's all they do. Go to developed countries. You will see a governor going, you will not know that is a governor. A governor will enter the same bar with you and eat. A governor will be on the same lane with you in queue. Buy things that you buy. You buy in the same shop. But in the zoo, ordinary commissioner, when a commissioner wants to come into a shop, the convoy alone will cause traffic. The security details will drive everybody from the shop. When his shop finishes, before the other person come and shop. This is a country we want to be part of. This is a country some of us want to be part of. But the Biafrans, we know that they are not serious and we cannot be part of them. But the great annoyance is that very annoyance Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, with the anger he was speaking on that video that I just played. When you listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he was lamenting because our own people are making themselves available for this evil. Because when the DSS orchestrate all these their flag of operations to demonize the struggle, they use Biafrans. They use Biafrans through the politicians, creating cult group everywhere. Most of these security outfit they are creating, they are cult groups, members of the cult. And they will be the one to provide hard substance for them to take. I saw a video where a member of what do they call this Akodo or Udugachi in Anambra State, a security outfit was soaked in hard drugs. You will see him rolling on the ground after taking substance. Because of the substance he has smoked, he was rolling on the ground. A security person, they were pouring him water. He fell into the gutter. He fell into gutter and they have to pick him up. And people were surrounding everywhere watching. This is somebody who they gave arm to go and begin to guide people. Go and look at what is happening in Anambra State. When you heard the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu there, you see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu specifically was talking about what was happening in Anambra State then. After the creation of ESN, this Anambra madness did not start today. Sponsored by the politicians. It didn't start today. They went and robbed a bank with Biafran flag. The same thing they are still doing today to blackmail what we are doing. The same thing they did when Mazi Samanepa was here. Everything they target is Mazi Samanepa. Every Monday, they will take innocent lives just to see something to say against Mazi Samanepa. Just to see something how to push against the seat at home. But they failed woefully. And up to this moment, Biafrans continue to air their opinion, continue to stand their ground. You see now that they are tired. How many times have you seen people lost their life on Mondays? How many times have you seen places being burnt out? How many times have you seen it? The only time you see that is whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court. If the court of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is drawing close, you see any seat at home before then, you will see chaos. You will see trouble. You will see chaos. The DSS will activate something. They come and add. They will say, "Oh, those people are still sitting down Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are destroying things," just to see how to attack our supreme leader. But you heard our supreme leader here, how he was angry towards those who are involved in criminality. And he made it clear that no Biafran, any part of Biafra land, no court group is allowed in Biafra land. No court group, it doesn't matter who you are. That you must not use Biafran flag for anything evil, not even for jokes. But today, go and check platforms where you see Biafra platforms with that name and flag. Listen to them, what they are saying. Some of them, after speaking, you'll be wondering, where is this one coming from? They speak lies from the pit of hell. No single truth in their mouth. You will not hear any single truth. Lie, blackmail, propaganda, that is what you hear. These are people that give the title of their platform is Biafra. And here we are, seeking for recognition. How on earth do you think anybody will recognize you with such attitude? How on earth? You heard Mazi Nnamdi say it. That they are doing these things to blackmail us, so that when the world look at us, they will say, oh, how can they deal with this kind of people? When the world look at us, they begin to see us as people who are irresponsible. They begin to see us as criminals. How are you representing Biafra in your little platform? In that platform where you are speaking, in that small place where you are working, where you are living, in your apartment, in that country where you are, how are you representing the United States of Biafra? How? How are you representing Biafra? In that state where you are abroad, in that country where you are, in that country, when people see you, can they say, if not because of this guy, I will not respect any of them. But because of this man, so long this man is part of them, I will respect them. Can somebody look at you and say, because of you, I will support Biafra? Can somebody look at you and say, because of you as a person, that he or she will support Biafra? If nobody can support Biafra because of you, you have to have a rethink. If nobody can hit his or her chest and support Biafra because of you, you must have a rethink. You ask yourself a question. Something is wrong somewhere. Something is definitely wrong somewhere. We are in a very critical time. A very, very critical time. And up to now, you still see some people acting in a manner that I can't understand. You heard Mazi Nnamdi say it in that speech, that if you want to engage outsiders, engage our enemy. We need people to engage the enemies. But what we do today, we see our military on the ground today. Our military on the ground, their focus today is against their brothers. Their focus today is against their brothers. Instead of them getting busy, when the Biafrans see what you are doing, nobody is going to tell them before they support you. You don't have to beg for support. You don't beg for support. You don't beg for respect. You earn it. You earn it. You earn it. You don't beg for support. You earn it. You have to earn it. Look at the time of Mazi Samoneba. Mazi Samoneba did not beg for any support. Even with all those attacks, all he was doing he was busy doing something to show something. But today, nobody is busy showing anything. All we are busy is trying to make ourselves visible. We're only trying to make our people put ourselves on a high ground. We are only busy acquiring title. We are only busy claiming to be Alpha and Omega. But during the time Mazi Samoneba, he was busy winning the heart of Biafra through his work. You can imagine when Mazi Samoneba was here. This is the same army that anytime he posts them, everything. When you come for fundraising, you don't need to beg people because you see the work of the military. Whenever Mazi Samoneba release their video, you will see actions. When they release their video, you will see things when you see their video in action. Nobody have to tell you. They were winning the respect of Biafrans every single day, every single day. Our Liberation Army did not have to beg anybody. Biafran Liberation did not have to beg anybody to support them or beg anybody to accept them or beg anybody. No, by their work, when you look at what they are doing, each time they don't come to media to advertise. They don't come in media to talk. They don't have that time. Why is it that this time they are now taking the position of the media, leaving the actions that is meant for them? Leaving the action that is meant for them. What is the sense of coming to media to talk? What are you trying to prove? You have done the job when you did the job. Everybody trusts you without you opening your mouth to talk. What Mazi was doing there then was just to show the work he did. That is what Mazi was not busy praising. He wasn't praising anybody. All he does is to show your work. And once you show your work, the whole people will fall behind you. You don't need to beg anybody to come and donate, come and follow you, come and respect. No. This Liberation Army earned their respect then from Mazi. They earned it from Biafran people. Every week you will see Mazi will release a video of what they have done, of their presence, their preparations, their movements. But today, how many times have you seen any video from them that has to do with the achievements? When was the last time you saw the army of Biafra release a video of achievement? When was the last time? When was the last time you saw a video of achievement? Even on our Heroes Day, we didn't see any video on our Heroes Day. Very, very painful. Very, very painful. Does it mean that we have disappeared? Does it mean that Ndakodo and Udogachi have captured all our men? Does it mean that all the men who were there marching all this while have disappeared? And some of us are now asking ourselves questions. Why is it that we did not see their video on that day of heroes, their fellow comrade that died, a day that their comrade died? I was expecting them to release their own video. I don't care where you belong or who you obey or who you don't obey. I don't want to know who you respect or who you don't respect. Why didn't you respect the United States of Biafra that day? The Biafra that you say you're fighting, why didn't you respect the Biafra you're fighting for that day and participate in that hero day? Show us your work. Out of anger, out of greed. So you don't want to show it, so they will say that you did it for this person. You don't want to do it, so they say, and at the end of the day, you end up destroying your own personality and present. Biafrans are watching. Biafrans are watching. In the process of making sure that somebody does not take glory on what you're doing, you are equally destroying yourself, because Biafrans don't care about who takes the glory. What we want is result. Result is what the Biafran people are after. They don't care who takes the glory or who does not take the glory. What the Biafran care about is result. Result. It was because of result that Mazi Samaraba survived. You can imagine IPOB with all their forces, with more than 400,000 Irats everywhere. With Irats everywhere, with a huge platform, with about how many, 3 or 4 radio? 3 or 4 radio in media platforms that have thousands of followers. But yet, Mazi Samaraba stood up, and so many of us joined him, and we were able to overcome. It was not because we are too smart. It was not because we are too strong. It's not because we are too intelligent. It was because we are bringing results. Biafrans, we are seeing results. It's not just making noise. Why the DOS was busy that time, commanding and controlling. All they want is command and control. Oh, do this, you must do this. Do that, you must do that. They were busy in holding on to that command and control. Meanwhile, somebody was somewhere bringing results. How do you forget that strategy so soon? What the Biafran people want result. From everybody, let there be result. Bring result. That is what we want. We don't care who takes glory or who does not take glory. If you end up destroying your own job simply because you don't want to do it so that they will say it's this person that did it, and you end up leaving the whole thing to damage. You allow the terrorists to take over our land. You think Biafrans will be happy? You think Biafrans will be happy? But when Biafrans see results from you, you bring out a video, not a video of blackmail or propaganda. You bring out a video. It is about your achievement. It is about the battle you are engaging. It is about the success you have made. You don't come to media to come and make a video or to talk about somebody or to refute it. You don't refute anything. You don't have to refute anything. There's nothing to prove to anybody. You don't need to beg for money when you are fighting for the Biafran freedom. Once you are providing results, Biafrans will fund you. Whoever you are, Biafrans will fund you. Why are you not producing results? Why did we allow ourselves to be drawn back to this extent? Why did they allow ourselves to be drawn back to this extent? Wherever you are as a Biafran, it is high time we go back to seeking result. Only result can make us to get to this very path that we're looking for. If you can provide result, Biafrans will gather around you. That's absolutely. You don't need to beg. You don't need to beg for support or beg for recognition or beg. No, you don't need to. You don't need to produce results. You have done it before, and you can equally do it now. Why the distraction? Why the distraction? Every department have their own responsibility. Whether you are in Biafran military, whether you are in the government, or whether you are in any other section you are, what we want is result. Get busy with that area you have chosen to work for Biafran people. Get busy. Get busy with whichever area you want to work for them. Get busy. Once Biafrans see your job, they will support you. They will. Our enemies are busy re-strategizing, bringing new strategies every day. We see them employing new strategies. We see them trying to change narratives. We see them putting on so many things in place. And so many of us are idle, watching. So many of us are busy listening to propaganda and blackmail that doesn't hold water. So many of us allow ourselves to be used and abused against our people. How long shall we continue on this path of madness? Today is Sunday. It's Monday, not Sunday, sorry. Today is Monday, sit at home. And you can see that the Biafran people, on their own part, they are doing their part. The ordinary Biafrans, they are doing their part by sitting at home. What about you? You that have signed up to defend them. How are you playing your own role? How are you doing your own part? You that sign up that you are going to defend the land. The people on their own side have chosen the civil disobedience. And they have held on to civil disobedience now for more than 4 years and stay counting, going. You now that on your own part now, you are in defense, you are in administration, what are you doing? How are you doing your own part? How are you carrying out your own duty? How are you carrying out your own duty? Is your presence bringing people into Biafra or driving people away? Is your presence winning recognition or taking away the little recognition that we have? Your actions today, is it favorable to Biafrans or destroying everything Biafrans stand for? Ask yourself these questions. And when you ask yourself these questions, you can be able to know what to say, what to do. The atrocities in Nigeria is not stopping. The attack against the citizens by the terrorists in Nigeria is not a child's play. Some of you are seeing that as a child's play. When you are hearing the way the jihadists are going after the Christians in Nigeria, it is not a joke. And the world is silent. They don't want to talk about it. If you're not scared, it means you're not human. If you're not concerned, it means you're not human. More especially, you are a Biafran, you're not concerned. Each time when you hear about this attack against Christians, do you think they can succeed without taking over Biafra land? They cannot succeed. That is why they are focusing in Biafra land, using their military in uniform to take over that land. And some of you think it's a joke. Some of you think it's a joke. The world are busy changing narrative. Instead of speaking about what is happening, they continue to change narrative and say different things altogether. The jihadists keep slaughtering Christians in Nigeria, and the world is silent. Look at this one. A Norwegian government funds the jihadists housing, and the media blames the ordeal on climate change, when the reality is Islam. Jihadists are slaughtering in Syria, in Africa, but all Western politicians talk about is Gaza. Exactly. Exactly. Nobody is going to come to your aid. Nobody will come to your aid, more especially you are a Christian. Nobody will come to your aid if you don't protect yourself. You are on your own. If you do not protect yourself, you are on your own. That is why we are shouting, we are crying, we are wailing, because we are on our own. We are on our own. Nobody, no part of the world is ready to help. You know, initially, some of us was hoping that when Trump will come, that something is going to happen. Now, Trump is almost ending his tenure. Trump is fast running his tenure. And you can see his hands are filled up. He can't even be able to finish the problem he has against his country, let alone talking about someone else. Now you understand that we are on our own. We are on our own. Nobody's going to fight this battle for us. We have to fight it. We have to fight it. There's this piece that David Masanga wrote. He said, I have told you before, Africans must strengthen our own court in Arusha instead of putting their faith in the ICC. To look at the ICC as a savior is political suicide. Why should an African wish to send another African to the ICC when the American and Russians, the so-called superpowers themselves, despise it? Who bewitched some Africans? This Marco Betta. Yeah. Nobody's going to help you anywhere. Nobody is going to help you anywhere. Nobody. We are on our own and we had to fight our battle. Even that's why I don't even talk about this issue, Africa issue a lot. When they talk about this African unification, I am not even interested in that. I'm interested on saving my own people first. Save your own region. Let every people save themselves. Later on, we can begin to unite. When they're talking about African unity, they're talking about African unity. Look at South Africa. South Africa today, they are still busy chasing foreigners away from their country. I saw one where they were going from hospital to hospital, telling people in the hospital to leave. If you are not a South African, you should leave. That they are hospital for state. If you are not a South African, you should go to private hospital. Driving people who are already on their bed to take treatment in South Africa. So how can you see such kind of a thing happen that you begin to talk about Africa? Talk about your own region. Let each and every person save themselves. When we save ourselves and redraw the map, if we want to unite, then and only then we can begin to talk about unification. You begin to unite. After every region have built themselves, then we'll write a constitution under which we are going to unite. And everybody will obey it and work for us. You cannot be uniting based on these boundaries drawn by the colonial masters. You cannot be talking about the unification of Africa while you still have their boundaries everywhere. You still have boundaries everywhere. How is it going to work? We must not allow the evil of the Janjaweed to work. And we must not allow them to use us. More especially we, the Biafrans. We must rise up. Your brother is not the enemy. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said in his broadcast, "Onye gburu nwanne ya bụrụ odogwu. Ịchọ igbu mmadụ, ịchọ ha na ike adịgwo gị ịchọrọ igbu mmadụ. Jee jụọ ndị iro anyị jee gbuo. Jee chọọ ndị Janjaweed jee gbuo. Chọọ ndị Janjaweed. Chọọ ndị iro anyị ha na ebe ahụ. Chọọ ndị Fulani. Fulani terrorists ha na everywhere. Ị na-achọ onye etigbu jee tigbuo fa. Bụrụ nwanne gị. Onye gburu nwanne ya bụrụ odogwu. But this is what we see every day. It is sad, but we must continue. Let us listen to this message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu once again before we proceed.
From tonight, no more cultism. We cannot suffer and remove roadblocks to make life easier for our people, only to end up creating a haven for idiots and fools to be harassing our own people that we are defending. Fulani will harass your people and torment them. You do nothing. When Fulani Janjaweed are gone, you idiots will now come out to torment your own people who have already been tormented by the Fulani. And you think I will tolerate that sort of rubbish? It can never happen. Let what happened in Nnamdi today be beautiful. And any state that this happens again, DSS will be in trouble in that state. DSS, I'm telling you now, anywhere you organize the type of rubbish you did today in Anambra State, you will be in trouble. No more cultism. All the politicians using some of our children, our boys, whom they place on drugs, we know the drugs they're using. Methamphetamine drugs. So they can convert them, they can become dependent on drugs, and they now use them as political thugs. Your days too are numbered. For allowing yourselves to be used by the Fulani to instigate trouble in our land as you did today, you will not be spared. I want to make it very clear tonight that whatever happened today in Anambra will never happen again, I assure you. It can't happen. Because we are going to find those responsible and they are all going to be dealt with. You know, you people are very funny sometimes. You want to try people's resolve. Sometimes you want to try to see what you can do. You are like doctors. You keep pressing to see where it's spending us, isn't it? All of you are in one almighty mess, I assure you. You are all going to be found. You will be caught, one after the other. All of you criminals attacking banks and businesses. I don't understand that type of nonsense. So, none of you feel any shame. When Fulani police and army are molesting your own people, you'll be there watching and complaining. Now Fulani police are gone, and their army, they are gone. You now want to replace them in the land of Biafra. You think that is possible? With IPO, with ESN around, you think it is possible? We came to eradicate every form of criminality. It doesn't matter who the perpetrators are. There could be Fulani, there could be some of you idiots that claim you're in cult. From tomorrow, let's find you in a cult. Useless fools everywhere. Anywhere that businesses are being attacked, you will report it. Anywhere you see anybody doing cult, report that very individual, please. So you want us to come and face you so that Fulani can take over our land? Is that what you want? When Biafra is almost at hand? A land where you can be free, meaningfully engaged in some form of useful employment or the other. You want to go about causing nuisance. Then we'll teach you how we deal with those who are so idiotic enough to want to join politicians to ruin what we are doing. You criminals today trying to tarnish the image of IPOB and ESN, you will not go free. All politicians are hereby placed on notice that anywhere we discover any cult group in Biafra land, it will be forcibly dismantled. Or should I say, forcefully dismantled. I don't want to hear that we are entering the era of Bakassi again, because I'm warning all of you tonight. In case you don't know, what the politicians want to do is to use some of these drug addicts to claim they are ESN. Anybody who has any brain will understand that we are the children of light. We don't engage in any form of criminality. We don't. We abhor it. Because once we do, the glory and mercy of Elohim will leave us. And once God withdraws his grace from us, we are finished. It took us nearly 15 years to bring the grace of God back upon the lives of our people. People are praying morning, noon, and night. We can't allow some idiots to ruin it. It can never, ever happen. I don't want to hear when your brother or your cousin is caught doing cultism. I don't want to hear this rubbish. We are in Bakassi again because the Janjaweed papers and some of them will write glowingly your account of what happened. Whenever you go to talk your rubbish to zoo journalists, remember to start the story from the beginning. My brother was in Anambra, shot dead 2 people, and robbed a bank. Remember to start from the beginning. We can't allow this rubbish to continue. You fools, I don't know if it is Janjaweed, the Fulani that impregnated some of your mothers. I don't know why you reason as foolishly as you do. It can no longer happen. I am warning all of you tonight, especially all those criminals holding Biafran flags. But unfortunately for you, everybody knows that IPOB can never ever engage in any form of criminality. No, we don't. And I won't condone it. Never, ever, ever. Biafrans all over the world contribute the funds with which IPOB is run, and now Eastern Security Network, to secure our land. We know that banks play a very vital function in terms of generating employment by making sure that businesses are set up. We understand that very clearly. Therefore, banks, no-go area for anybody, any criminal. Businesses, you see all those people trading and doing their businesses, running their industries, no-go area. Don't go near them, or else you're finished. We are in the forest and farmlands fighting Fulani terrorists, and in the streets tormenting our people. That cannot happen. Do you want me to allow the police and the army to come back again with their stupid checkpoints, so that when they see you in Okada, if you don't pay them 50 naira, they kill you? Is that what you want? Is that what you want? I'm asking you. If you don't want that, then stop this nonsense. It must stop tonight. I am going to give you numbers to call. Anybody who is involved in cultism, if you know anybody who is involved in the mayhem today in Anambra State, I'm going to give you 2 numbers to call. Give us their names, send their pictures to us, and then leave the rest for us to handle. Please. Very, very on the certificate. Fulani said they own our land. Instead of people to rise up and reason properly like human beings, you are behaving like fools. You are behaving like fools. Look at Hausa people. Do you want what happened to Hausa people to happen to you? Look at Yoruba, our Yoruba brothers. They are now fighting back. Everybody, including their traditional rulers, everybody is fighting back, trying to secure a better future for the Yoruba people. Are you not reading it? So you don't know that only of Ife are on a for of Yoruba land, Ganyada. You don't know that they are now in favor of dividing Nigeria. You don't know that? You can see how the Yoruba youths are fighting for something that they believe in. We have been fighting and dying for you. That is why the Fulanis do not have any foothold in our forests, even as they do in Yoruba land. Yet, instead of you to appreciate it and say that what is happening is very easy, is to be carrying Biafran flag all over the place and looking for a bank to rob. You're doing hard man. But when the Fulanis came, nobody found you. You did nothing. Such rubbish and idiocy we cannot allow to continue. Northerners remain Nigeria's owners. Igbos and Yoruba should respect this, according to the governor of Kanu State. These are the people that you want to be in one Nigeria with. This is what we are trying to save you from. But some of you, sadly, do not want to reason nor understand. The governor of Kanu State, the people who contribute nothing to the coffers of Nigeria, they contribute absolutely nothing. Nothing. Tell me what the Fulanis contribute. Only if you call moving cattle from place to place and taking over people's land is a viable economic undertaking. The same people who cannot run a country. Even despite how much I hate Lugard for bringing the zoo together, at least he was right about something. That those people are not serious. They can never even take care of themselves. They're very lazy. They cannot work very hard. Show me one Fulani man who is a hard-working human being, self-made. Name one person. There is none. And before you come up with your nonsense that Dangote is the richest man in Africa because you're a fool, he does money laundering for corrupt Fulani politicians. That's what he does. If you give me monopoly over ordinary salt, I'll become a multi-billionaire. That is why we're even going to file antitrust laws in the USA. He should no longer be going to the US. Because there's a law in the USA, once you run a monopoly anywhere in the world, it is 25 years imprisonment. Go and check the antitrust laws in the USA. It's very clear. These are the people that you want to be in the same country with. You cannot stand up and fight for your own rights to be going about terrorizing villagers. The same thing that Britain did with some of our ancestors, or should I say forefathers, when they came. The army that Britain used to conquer us came from Ghana. West Africa Frontier Force, if you don't, let me tell you. Black people conquering black people for a white man. Useless fools. There's something you're doing. Fulani, ordinary Fulani is using you in Anambra State to fight against your own people. You fools without brain. There's something they do to Hausa people. Look at Hausa land today is owned by Fulani. Look at Hausa land today is owned by Fulani. Is that the same thing you want to happen in your village? You're doing hard man. You're doing hard man. These are the idiots, should I say, your so-called governors. The only reason why they announced their useless Ebubago is to try to rubbish ESN. They brought Umahi went on television, opened his thinking stupid mouth to be talking rubbish, talking about banditry, ESN banditry, because they planned to rob a bank in Anambra today. That's these politicians I blame it on, and DSS. They arranged it. I have not said that we would interfere with the electoral process in the zoo. If this continues, there will be no governorship elections in Anambra State this year. I'm not saying it by peaceful boycott. We will do it by force this time around if that's what you want. Because it seems to me that our people, when you try to speak to them very softly to make them understand, they fail to understand. They launched a so-called security outfit. There was no logo. Nobody was employed. No guns to go and face the enemies that are highly armed from the Sahel. Not even ordinary bicycle, talk less of motorcycle or cars. No training. This is the most stupid and foolish launch of a security outfit anywhere in the world. I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you are following what I'm saying. People who cannot pay salary to teachers, they cannot pay salary to nurses, they cannot pay civil servants in their states. They want to go and float a security outfit, more or less to run a band of rogues and criminals. Because they cannot pay them. They don't have they have stolen all the money. Where will they get the money to pay? From who? From where? They have not paid ordinary teachers. We run a volunteer army. People who are devoted to the liberation of their land, the defense of Biafra land. They want to recruit people that are going to train and pay salary. They have not paid teachers. They have not paid pensioners. All of them put together, none they have not paid. They are the ones. You are launching a security outfit, not one single thing to show for it, not one. Only a bag to go and fight IPOB, to fight ESN. You people are digging your graves, you know. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. These people are very, very foolish. Let me tell you one thing you don't understand. You see your governors, they are working for Fulani to take us over. And you know, why I'm so happy is because you don't need to go far to look for a template of your impending doom if you don't support what IPOB is doing. Don't go too far. Just look at all Hausa people. Look at Hausa. Look at Hausa people. If you want to know what your future is going to be like, please, 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 look at Hausa people. Only. What happened to Hausa people? The same thing some of you are doing today with Ebube Pussy was what they did. Fulani came very cleverly. You know they're very clever. Very cleverly they came. Because they even Fulani started practicing divide and rule before the British came. They set one against the other, brother against brother. As you are fighting, they come in as peacekeeper. By the time you wake up, they have Sariki Fulani of all. Then your eyes will clear. That's what they're trying to do to us. You must not allow them to use you. Don't allow them. You see all these, your so-called politicians and governors, they are Fulani slaves, full time. That is why when Fulani terrorists come and kill us, they say nothing. Nothing. But if it's IPOB, you see them shouting on channels. Have any of them been on channels TV before to condemn the killing going on right now in Eboyi? Do you know how many men we have lost since last week? Because we are fighting Nigerian army. Not for regular Fulani terrorists, not Mietiala terrorists. We are fighting the real army of Nigeria inside Eboyi. Are you aware of that? Do you know what we are doing? This idiots I know what they're doing jamboree, doing fake lunch. That idiot that specializes in using our money to build hotels opened his stupid mouth to say, oh, they're online, they're on the internet. Whoever did this thing to you people, it will never be well with that entity. You despise yourself so much that when Fulani come and kill you, you say nothing. But any day we'll rise up to go and confront those killing us. You call our actions criminality. You call it criminality. But when Fulanis kill us in our villages, rape our sister and cut her body into pieces, it is nothing. It's not criminality. It's a farmer-header clash. And you think that Elohim will forgive any of you. We are the last line of defense. Without IPOB, I'm telling you, in the name of Almighty in heaven, all of you would have been Fulanized by now. Everybody, including my Yoruba brothers, all of you would have been gone. Ask yourself, why is it that Yoruba people are in exile in Benin Republic? How come Fulani people drove Yoruba people away from their land? They are refugees in Benin Republic. How come 2/3 of Yoruba forests are being occupied by Fulani? Why is that not happening in our land? Ask yourself that question. Why is the East as secure as it is? It's because of IPOB and ESN. Nobody else. Of course, I do apologize to heaven. Of course, the grace of God Almighty in heaven. Not man. And some of you are busy talking rubbish. I sometimes wonder if you have brain at all. Any of you. Idiots supporting these stupid governors. Idiots to the core. Idiots. When our sister was killed and cut to pieces, what did Obiano say? I ask you, what did Obiano say? Will Obiano? Right now, this minute, this second, we are in a war in Eboyi State. We are fighting a war right now in Eboyi State. Has Omar said anything? He said security summit. Have they said anything? Because they are working for the Fulani, but some of you are too blind to see it. You are too foolish to understand what is happening around you. But thank heavens that we are smarter than them. That is why when Ganduje is saying that Nigeria belongs to them, when he hears about when his conscience tells him about IPOB, he will somehow swallow some of his words. You know we're not going to allow them to succeed. You know that very well, don't you? We can't allow them to succeed. Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Nigeria is their own. No, DSS won't invite him. Nobody. They are busy doing their bidding, using you to fight their wars for them. Before it was Yoruba against Igbo, Igbo against Yoruba, until we discovered that that was full on a plan. And we said, no, that the East and the West must be together. Now that plan failed. Now our Yoruba brethren, our brothers and sisters from Yoruba, now they realize that that thing we have been saying all along is the right way to go. Today, even the Oni of Ife of all people. Can the Obi of Onitsha say such a thing? Of course he did well a few weeks ago. Can you imagine? You know, our people will tell you, oh, but they have not fought a war before. We fought a war. Don't allow us to come out, and the Yorubas will deceive us again. That's what some of the idiots will say. But you see, this very generation of Yoruba people, this generation, this very one, they will set their people free. You watch and see what is going to happen. Have I ever told you something before or misled you? I can't, because I'm under divine oath. I cannot. Even if the flesh wants to, I cannot. The spirit will reject it. You see this present generation of Yoruba, not the Kwara State one, not the fake Janjaweed, the real Yoruba people. They will set their people free. You watch and see what's going to happen. Did you see their women from the diaspora at Oba's palace? Do you know it's becoming very, very clear now for everybody? It is becoming apparent to even the British that control the zoo that the Fulani rule of Nigeria is a complete and shambolic failure. Are you aware of that? Let me tell you what they have done to all of you that you do not understand. They have squandered the resources of Nigeria so much that hyperinflation is coming. You think that $1 to 500 naira is bad? No, it's going to hit up to 2,000 very soon. As I'm speaking, write it down. Do you know why? Because some of you are very poor students of economics. They have printed money. Fulani have rendered the treasury useless. They are now printing money. Ask them, where is the money of every budget that they have ever made since 2015? Where is the money? Only railway being built by MH with loans from China. So that means that even the proceeds from oil cannot even pay salaries. That is why they went and they minted. They went to the people printing money at a CBN. That is how foolish Fulani is. That's Fulani economics. To print 60 billion naira as alleged or as stipulated or stated by Obaseki, Governor Obaseki of Edo State. They are minting money. Do you know what that means in real terms? Life is going to become more difficult. Because some of you, as I said earlier, do not understand how economics work. You have no idea how it works. Everything, every currency, every money you're minting or printing needs to have a value. Or else, hyperinflation will set in. And once hyperinflation sets in, all of you are gone. You are all gone as you are finished. You are absolutely finished. Poverty will become deepened. And you know the funniest thing is that the people that put that idiot, the dead Buhari in power in 2015, they knew the idiot's record. They know he could not have performed. Everybody knows. In 1983, he was an economic disaster. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew. As young as I was then, I knew that this man was, dear me, an impediment to economic growth. The dead Buhari, the late one, not the mask-wearing young bobo that they say flew in from London today. After being chased away from London, or should I say, castigated by Aisha, the idiot came back. Governor Baseki of Edo State has asked the Fulani federal government of Nigeria to tell the truth about the 60 billion they are printing. You don't think it's going to affect you? No wonder they're planning putting up the price of petrol to, I don't know if it's 500 naira per liter. You don't know what the Fulanis have in store for you. All of you are just dreaming. Talking about one Nigeria. By the time Fulani must have been done with all of you, in your next world, if you hear even before the landing, you take off. You are about to experience poverty and deprivation. And you know they are very clever. They will keep you busy with 2023. As they came into our land, they have seen that we have managed to secure our land. ESN is doing the job right now in Ebonyi State. In Anambra, we are fighting. I am alone. In Enugu, we are fighting. Around the Sugar Corridor, we are fighting every blessed day. They know that ESN, that this IPOB that I lead by the great special grace of Elohim, will not allow them to enter our land, to conquer it. Never. That is why they are thinking, oh, if our army and police have failed so far, why don't we try the politicians? They are very stupid. They love money so much.
I am playing this very message for us to have a rethink. I'm still going to go back to the message. Don't worry. Don't go anywhere. Just hang on. The message is coming back. But I just want to say one or two things before we continue to play the message of Mazi and Kanu. It's just a reminder for us to know when we talk about a template. You see Mazi and Kanu, what he has put in place. Talking about the ESN then. That ESN is no longer existing. But today we have the Liberation Army of Biafra. Some of them who are in this Liberation Army today are part of this ESN that Mazi and Kanu talked about. So they know the foundation, they know what they are supposed to do, they know the mission. But for them to come out today and become media warriors, begin to respond to blackmail and propaganda, begin to even join blackmail and propaganda, I don't know. I can't understand what is really happening. No genuine and sensible person who was a part of the past ESN and today will be there gossiping. You don't have to. The mission is straight and simple. The mission is straight and simple. All you need to do is to do what you have to do, get committed to the assignment and do it. When you hear Mazi Nnamdi speak there, his words are straight and direct. That is why I say today, the masses are doing their own part. Look at Biafra land. Sit at home. Everywhere is locked down. Biafran people are sitting at home, locked down, doing their own part. What are you doing? You yourself, what are you doing? Everybody needs to be busy. The government have to be busy on their own side. The Liberation Army of Biafra have to be busy on their own side. Biafra land is locked down completely. And people are responding, doing their own part. We no longer have the ESN today. But part of the people, some of the people you see today in the Liberation Army, they are the people who were part of this ESN that Mazi Nnamdi spoke highly of. But the enemies enter in between them through the politicians, which we had on brokers. We had it on brokers when the HOD, the one that is in Switzerland, Chike Dozier, said that the governors approached them to hand over this ESN that Mazi Nnamdi spoke so highly of. And they went and destroyed. That was where the trouble started. Our trouble we are seeing in the Liberation Army today, that is where it started. Politicians, always, it's always politicians. They approached the DOS, and DOS handed over the ESN to them. They confess to it. I am not making it up. The videos are there, the audio. If you never see the audio, go and search for it, you see it. I have played this here several times. Where Chike Dozier was confessing that the governors approached them to hand over ESN, and they did. And even Soludo came out to confess and say, now that the ESN is working with them, the IPOB is now working with them. Look at where it has brought us. But I thank Chukwu Kukadiam for Mazi Simon Eba, who was able to do justice that time and was able to rescue the ESN. But today, that same ESN that Mazi Simon rescued and made them the Liberation Army of Biafra, they are allowing themselves to get involved in argument, propaganda, and blackmail instead of doing the job. This mission is one mission. There's no two. You see, everything that Mazi Nnamdi was saying in this broadcast is exactly what Mazi Simon said. This is exactly the same thing. Taking the danger away from our side, taking them away from our checkpoints, clearing the checkpoints, and let the place be free for people to move. Standing against criminality of any kind. Whether you are a Biafra or non-Biafra, you must not get involved in criminality. If you're a Biafran and you get involved in criminality in Biafra land, you are gone. The same message. The people that we are supposed to implement this message today is the Liberation Army of Biafra. But today, what are they doing? What are they doing? Simply because you say you don't want somebody to take glory, because you don't respect somebody, because you don't want to work with such a person. Even if you do not, you are working for Biafra, your loyalty is for Biafra, not for an individual. Your loyalty should be to Biafra. So that should not make you to leave your job. By your work, what you do, we make Biafrans to surround you, support you, and follow you. What the Biafran people want is result. Let us go back to the drawing board. We want result. Result, and result. Not names. Whether you are in the government or we want result. The Liberation Army, we need result. Whoever you are, in any angle you are, we need result. Freedom. It is result that you use to win the heart of Biafrans. You don't just come and tell us you are this and that. Show us result. By what you present, you win the heart of Biafrans. If you are busy giving result, I bet you wouldn't even know people will be fighting for you. If you are producing result, wherever you are, in anything you are doing, and you are losing in this, it is because you're not having any result. If you're not providing result, nobody's going to pay attention to you. But when you are providing result, I bet you people will fight on your behalf. Today is sit at home. Our unity have brought us this far from almost 5 good years sitting at home. It is not a child's play. Only unity made it possible. If we can hold the sit at home up to this moment with all the propaganda and blackmail, we are still standing. We can do more. We can secure our land. We can secure our land. Don't allow yourself to be used against your brother or your sister. Fighting against your brother is not a solution. Let us continue to listen to our screen Mazi and Nnamdi.
Have done and have failed woefully and completely, because we are not going to allow them not 1 single inch of our land. It's not possible. We are not going to concede. Not 1 inch of our land will go to them. In the same place where Dave Umahi was shooting off his mouth, castigating people defending him, defending Ebonyi State, they've never asked us, how many men have you lost in Ebonyi? How much have you spent in terms of arms and equipment to make Ebonyi not to fall to Mietiala, Fulani terrorists? Nobody. But we have in Nigeria somebody who is a minister. His name is Pantami. He said it openly. I'm not a fan of Boko Haram, but I support the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. A minister of state. Britain, no condemnation. You see all those petty journalists that rely on brown envelope, they won't comment or write about this. Never, never. They will never do it. But somebody defending his land, somebody from that same land that he's defending is on television talking rubbish. What does that tell you about such people? What does that tell you about such people? A minister. My goodness me. Oh dear me. I'm not a fan of Boko Haram, but I support terrorist groups like Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Fulani. And you're in one Nigeria with him. And you think he will not take your land over. Is that what you think? I'm asking all of you. And it is getting worse. I want the governors of the East, those who are planning battle and Ebuboke, I want them to listen very carefully to what I have to say this evening. Because their stupidity is getting out of hand. Their idiocy is getting out of hand. All these useless, idiotic governors, their foolishness is getting out of hand. And I want to remind them, including Wike, that there is a place in your so-called zoo that the white man named Nigeria, where things are happening. I have told you about their minister. Is it Panatami or Pantami? who is in love with Al Qaeda and Taliban, but hates Boko Haram. A minister of state in Nigeria. Britain can see it. EU can see it. UN can see it. Everybody can see it. Now that I wonder, 2023, have you planned? Let's build bridges for 2023. A terror sympathizer is a minister of state in Nigeria. And you're telling me that such a country deserves to survive. Please allow me to understand your line of reasoning. A terrorist. Why have they not designated Fulani bandits a terror group, or Mietiala to be more precise? Why? Ask yourself this question. But they hurriedly proscribed IPOB with the help of these foolish governors. These same people are forming a, should I call it a vigilante group? No logo. Nobody has been employed so far. No arms, no vehicles. They're now saying we'll go back to the House of Assembly to see what they only announced it to try and steal the thunder from ESN. That's all. A show is just what can I put it? A ruse, more like trying to deflect attention away from ESN. The wonderful work that ESN is doing. Who are the people confronting Fulani terrorists in Delta State? ESN. Who are the people confronting Fulani terrorists in Anambra? ESN. Who are the people confronting Mietiala terror group in Benue? ESN. Who are the people confronting Fulani Janjaweed inside the Ebonyi? ESN. Every blessed day. Not any of the stupid, hopeless, idiotic, cowardly governors, not any of them. All they can do is come out and talk rubbish on TV against their own people. But they are being slaughtered, they cannot say anything. Judgment is coming. Let me remind Wike what is happening in the zoo up north with Mietiala that came out 2 weeks ago to claim ownership of banditry in Nigeria. They are not doing it in the open. They know they have useless all of you, that you can no longer rise up with one voice to speak because you love money. The First Lady of Zamfara State, Hajia Aisha Bello Muhammad Matawale, has secured appointments of special assistants to Governor Bello Matawale for 20 members of Mietiala terror group in the same one Nigeria. Your governors are busy talking rubbish against their own people. I don't understand them. I do not understand them. I do not understand them. These are the things we are fighting against. These are the things we are fighting. Somebody is telling me on Instagram that Fulanis are in my village right now. They will call our hotline and ESM will go. How many of you will ever ask us, how many men have you lost in this very battle against terrorists? Some of you have no idea. And they are busy entertaining you with your governors and one idiot who is specializing in building hotels, entertaining you all the time, talking against ESN, because they know that ESN, anything that Fulani is against, go and love that very thing. That is what is going to save you. The same trick they're playing on some of you now. Look at Hausa land. I have just mentioned the First Lady of Zamfara State. It's a Hajiya Aisha Bello Fulani. Zamfara does not belong to Fulani people originally. Zamfara is an ancient, they are ancient people, very old. They were the people that told an English cartographer many centuries ago that living across this very plain of Benue is the lost tribe of Israel. The map was put together in Shoreditch in London. For information, it was the Zamfara people. They are old, very ancient people. But their First Lady is Fulani that just came a few centuries ago, not even centuries, decades ago. Janjaweed from Senegambia. And they are securing their own people. They know that Mietiala is the front, Mietiala is the hitman of the caliphate, using cattle as a disguise. Everybody knows that very well. Who doesn't know? that Mietiala. They are the hitmen. Remember they told us that people killing us than bandits in our forest, they are from Mali and Timbuktu. Have you all forgotten? So you have all forgotten. Anyway, no wonder you're in a zoo. Right now, instead of the so-called governors and the hotel builders to rise up and to say that let us support ESN, they are defending our land. They're saying no, as Hausa people foolishly did before the Fulani swallowed them. Fulani, they are very good at getting you to fight yourself so they can sneak in and take over your land. But I'm very grateful for my Yoruba brethren. They realize they know how they operate. Now they know, because they have lost a lot to them before. So they know. That is why I know that the Yorubas will do very, very well this time around. The First Lady revealed in his statement in her statement on Tuesday, speaking on behalf of the state chairman of Miyetti Allah Terror Group, Alhaji Toko Abubakar lauded the First Lady for her efforts in making meaningful change to Fulanis. Is in the news. Miyetti Allah stood up and said, "Thank you, First Lady, for making meaningful change on the lives of Fulanis, not Nigerians. Useless idiots in the East." I want you to understand what I'm saying very clearly. Fulani, they have come to take over your land. You may not like it, but it's happening. They come, they leave their own problem. They are concerned about security in the Southeast, security in the South. They forget that they have ISIS, they have Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb, they have Boko Haram, they have Fulani headsmen, they have bandits, only them. They will try to advise you on security in your own village. Fulani, how they did this thing to you people, I don't know. But thankfully, they didn't get us now because we are too smart for them. All that rubbish is not going to work. That is why this evening I must make a special mention. I tweeted earlier, and I hope that my tweet wasn't misunderstood. It is now that it is dawning on everybody that IPOB has won the argument. And that is why this Omunchoncho Mwaka are doing court in the village. Because these are the same people who are crying, the same people that SARS will arrest them, cut off their penis, and send to China and make profit for Basanjo and for the British High Commission in Nigeria. As I told you a few weeks ago. Because now sometimes you don't understand what I'm saying. I told you a few weeks ago that SARS was set up to be dealing with organs, human parts. That is their job. And the main financier is Britain. I told you that. You thought I was joking. Now it has blown now. A container load of penis from our side. People should go and check where the children are. In China. From Nigeria in China. From SARS. Obasanjo has a lot to answer from. Telling you that man is evil. Evil. He is doomed for two reasons. He will be a slave all his life. Not just to Western intelligence agencies, I won't mention their names. He will be a slave to Fulani forever and ever. I thought Obasanjo was a man of honor, a man who can, at least you stand on your own and speak the truth. He can never speak it. He was one that brought SARS in. But today his people they are doing fantastically well. And I want to commend the Oni of Ife. I want to mention him. I want to mention Iba Gani Adams and all the freedom fighters in Yoruba land. I want to commend them. I want to commend them for what they are doing. Because you think we have traitors in our land. Yoruba land has the conquer, treachery, the conquer one, the heavy one is there. But these people are moving on with their quest for freedom. And I welcome it. I welcome it. All those years we were fighting and demonstrating, we are being shot to death and all the rest of it. We were paving the way for others to see what we have seen. Today they have seen it. That is why we can't allow idiots, even including your hopeless governors, to win what we are doing. This is the ruler, paramount rule of Yoruba land, only of Ife. What did he say? Many Yoruba are now ready for self-determination. Compare that with the Sarakin Fulani of Imo State. Yeah, we don't want Biafra, we want Nigeria. But the restructuring, who is going to give you, Fulani will give you restructuring? Are you mad? Are you out of your mind? They can never do it. Fulani will never do it. Over that dead body, because understand, if Fulani makes the mistake of 2023 and power leaves them, they are finished. You don't, even if he goes to an imbecile like Tinubu, they know that they've lost it forever and ever. Because in a matter of 2 months, all the things they have done will be unraveled in 2 months. Only 2 months. Probe and inquiries everywhere, they're finished. So they have to hold on to power. And the zoo is gone from there. Many Yorubas are now ready. The Oni of Ife and the Bagani Adams. I commend them. I commend them deeply. I commend them. That was why I tweeted earlier today that we are all miscreants now. Everybody is a miscreant now. Because if you believe in self-determination, if you doggedly believe in your right to be free in Nigeria, you are a miscreant, according to them. Zoo. And I'm glad to welcome into the fold of freedom fighters, the Oni of Ife. Of course, Iba Adams has been on the front line for a very, very long time. Very long time. I commend them. I commend them. And I say kudos to them, and more especially to IPOB, because you made it possible for people to have the courage to rise up to say, we too would like to be free. It is IPOB. That is why every agent of darkness is doing all they can to see if they can reduce this noble family to nothing, but they cannot succeed. Like carrying Biafran flag to go and rob a bank. So people will say, oh, is this how the Biafran one, is this how it's going to be? You know those idiots that talk rubbish all the time. You know, but instead they're killing us. But Omahi will not speak in condemnation of what his friends are doing. But he will rise up in the morning to speak to a Janjaweed TV station channels to condemn people defending Ebonyi citizens, to condemn our actions. But he will not condemn the actions of the perpetrators. These are the leaders. These are your leaders. These are the people you have. Like weak. These are the people that you have. We are fighting battles on multiple fronts. Some of you do not understand. Because a white man understands what Biafra means. That is why if you go to a meeting in New York and you mention Biafra, they all run away. They know, they understand. That is the light of the world. The light of the black race all over the world rests on the shoulders of Biafra. Biafra emerges and the black man is free. Simple as that. Biafra doesn't come, a black man can never. That is why there is this grand conspiracy against Biafra. I went to that experiment today. You know my Facebook page, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu official. I tried to go there to broadcast today for the past 2 months or thereabout. When I started the program, we were close to 4K viewers, so to speak. Now we are at 246. Now ask yourself, what is the interest of Mark Zuckerberg in Biafra? Because he's one of them. People rise up in the morning and they, Lucifer will go, it says Satan will enter into them. Fight against Biafra. Fight against Biafra. And that's it. Because the devil understands that in Biafra rests the light of God. I'm not telling you so we feel better about who we are. In Arochukwu, where our ancients used to worship God, there is a village called Ihechio where the light of God, where the light of God shines. That is the name of the town. There is no other place in the whole world that has such a name. No other place on this earth. Where the light of God shines upon his children. Ihechio. That is why they will be against us, but they will fail. Because I know who I am. Some of you don't know who you are, but I do. I know who I am. That is why I also commend the youth of Ebonyi State. They called amalgamated Mbiejogu Youth, ANY, for rising up to condemn the attacks happening in many communities over there. where 12 farmers were killed. Umugudagbo community, Hupu, LGA, in Ebonyi State. Channels TV will not carry it. Never. Daily Trust, it's not going to happen. Or Punch, never. Because they want all of you to die off. And the Fulani will come in and take over our land. That's what they want. But as long as we are alive, it's not going to happen. Things are happening in Ebonyi. But the governor is more interested in talking about things that are irrelevant. Absolutely irrelevant. When I want, sometimes I say to people, when we say things here on radio, Biafra, some of you think it is so fantastic, it's so outlandish, it's unbelievable. In fact, it was made up. It cannot happen. Eventually, it comes to pass. Like the idiot wearing a mask. That mask will fall off. Anyway, let me not go too far into that, because some of you are products of the British Empire. You do not know how to reason independently. You always look for validation of whatever you're thinking to come from somebody else. That is the difficulty, and that is the problem that some of you are having. And I do hope and pray that as we go forward, that some of you may be able to develop some semblance of common sense and be able to reason independently for yourselves. When I read about these Chinese authorities seize over 7,200 human penises on a cargo ship from Nigeria, I was astonished. And let me tell you the funniest thing about we black people. Why I always go back to say that the brain of a black person is deformed somehow is this. This type of news, anywhere else in the world, there will be wall-to-wall coverage of this very news. Now ask yourself, for a man to lose his private part, he has to die, isn't it? So in Nigeria, your SARS, so-called police, our police, Nigeria police, this work is difficult, Nigeria police. Your police and your army working in the East, killed because no man, I don't know if many things happen these days anyway, but I know that nobody, at least where we come from, has two penises. There's only one per person. 7,200 men have been killed by the Nigerian government, the police and the army. And I told you before that they will kill you for your human parts. Some of you thought I was joking. Isn't it? But here it is. Here another justification. There is nothing I can't come on this noble platform to lie to you. I can't do that. 7,200 people killed by the Nigerian government, by the Nigerian state. Not only did they kill them, they were mutilated. Their penises cut off and packaged for the Chinese market. And somebody asked earlier, I don't know what the Chinese people are doing with black people's penis. I don't know what they're doing with it. Oh, can anybody tell me, please? What are they doing with it in China? Is it in the noodles they're going to send back to us? What are they doing with it? 7,200. And I told you, it was under the reign of SARS, formed by Obasanjo, sponsored by the British, because Britain said we are the ones that gave them training. So you train them on how to kill people and cut off their private parts to sell. Because Britain wanted to take over the market of human parts, supplying liver, kidney, pancreas to patients all over the world. That was why Britain sponsored the formation of SARS, Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Go and do your research. Under Obasanjo. Because Obasanjo is a slave, as I said, of two world-renowned spy organizations. A slave, Obasanjo is a typical African slave. Typical, quintessential African slave. He cannot reason or defend his own people. They brought in SARS. SARS went into work. And now, a cargo, a ship, carrying human penises, men, your young boys, killed 7,200. And you wake up tomorrow and say, one Nigeria, hey, we're in one Nigeria. Let's be in one Nigeria and unite and move forward. Whereas, if you come back home late at night, or if you miss road on the way, you are dead. They will kill you, they will cut off your penis, they will take your liver, they will take your kidney, they will sell it. Why wouldn't they support the constitution of one Nigeria? If their people are sick, they can order kidney or liver from Nigeria. Why bother? Why should you break it? So if you break Nigeria now and everybody's on their own, where are we going to get our liver from? Pancreas, kidney, all these things from where? Lungs to replace smokers, chain smokers that have developed lung cancer.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. So, one of the reasons why I play the messages of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on daily basis is that you are going to find answers in that message. You'll find answers. And I can never have enough of it. Every single warning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has given, just give it a little while, you begin to see it. You hear what he said? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that if we don't do anything, a time will come when you hear full, before they mention the Lani, you are gone. Oh God. You see this propaganda of organ harvesting. Today, you know that organ harvesting is one of the greatest propaganda they're using against this struggle, against the Biafrans. They will tell you, oh, they are organ harvesting, they're harvesting organ. This is one of the strategy of the government. And the people that are in charge of this trade of organ harvesting is the government itself. The SARS that they refused to disband, the SARS that made them to take the life of people because people were protesting to end SARS. They didn't end the SARS. They recreated them. And today they are working on the ground. You see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu explain the origin of SARS and their motive, making sure they harvest as many organs as possible and send to the West for their own use. Some of us have forgotten that cargo that was carrying the private organ of men to China. Thousands of organs were found. You've forgotten about it? From Nigeria to China. Where did they get those things from? Who are those individuals? What are they going to do with it? It has not stopped. Today, you see, one of the things you always hear in their news, oh, they are organ harvesting. All these people who say they are fighting for Biafra, they harvest people organ harvesters. The breaking news everywhere they all is organ harvester. But the origin of that organ harvester, we have forgotten. We have forgotten the people that are sponsoring that organ harvest is Nigerian government itself. The SARS we are talking about. You know, at a point in time, Mazi Simon Ekpa made a revelation of a place in the barrack where they are storing organs of Biafrans. A barrack, one in the barrack, one in a police station. Okuzu police station is one of them. Okuzu police station in Anambra State is one. There were confessions everywhere. There were revelations everywhere about how they have people organ. Today, they have shifted that business to blackmail the struggle. They have shifted that business to blackmail the entire Biafra land. They have shifted that business to blackmail the Igbo people. You see, these are the importance of going back to the message where we are coming from. Because when you listen to this message, now it will ring a bell into your ears. So this is the origin of this thing that's happening. This is where this thing is coming from. That it seems like you'll be wondering, why is it that they have checkpoints in everywhere and still yet kidnapping and organ harvesting is fostering? You begin to ask yourself, why is it that almost every pole in Biafra land, every pole from pole to pole, there are checkpoints, and still yet the organ harvesters are flourishing, they are succeeding? That should ring a bell. Now it brings you back in the word of Abacha, that whenever any evil deed, any insurgents fosters for a very long time, the government is aware, they are fully involved. When any evil More especially, some kind of evil terrorism happens without stopping. The government is involved. Now you begin to see the origin of organ harvesting. Exactly, my brother. Obinze, exactly, Obinze. They still have a base, Obinze, where they have that. It was Mazi that made the revelation that there's a fridge in Obinze, there's a place, a particular house they built to store human organs in Obinze. Nobody refuted it. That was why Mazi Samonekwa was working towards ending Obinze. And when I remember all those messages today, I shed tears in what the Biafran Liberation Army is doing today. It is so sad. It is so sad. It is very, very sad. When I remember where we have gone, how far we have gone, it is so sad. I can see one of our honorable here, I can see Honorable Rose, Pastor Rose Allen. Honorable Pastor Rose Allen, I saw her here. She was on the program, so I saw her message. Thank you so much for joining our Honorable Pastor Rose. Thank you so much for coming around. May God and protect you. I saw her there and I saw her message. Thank you so much, Honorable, for your support. I appreciate you. Those are part of those who are fighting to make sure that things get better as we continue to look forward to holding on until our leaders join us and we move into the promised land as we have always wished for. So, my fellow Biafrans, the reason I play all these messages are for you to rethink back. Think back. Because sometimes if you don't, sometimes the propaganda is too much. The blackmail, this thing that happened among us. Today you see ourselves, today we are the ones today diverting attention to ourselves. That is where the thing is paining me. Today it is Biafran people that are in the front line of blackmail. You use terrorism to blackmail your brother. You use criminality to blackmail you, even when you know it is not your brother that did it. It is not him. But because you and him or he and her, you are in opposition, you are in a different party, you are in a different camp, you are doing something different, you don't agree, you have a different idea, you have a different opinion. Because of the different opinion, you begin to blackmail your brother, your sister. It is really, really bad. It is really, that is why I have to begin to dig back to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so that maybe we can be able to catch up the truth and where the problems are. The politicians, they have always been the key actors to see that we are being held down. The politicians have always been the key actors to use some of us who are Biafrans to act on certain things and to demonize what we are doing. The organ harvesting you hear today, the kidnapping you hear today, planted by Nigerian government through SARS. Who brought SARS? Obasanjo. Obasanjo, a member of the CIA, working for the West in entire Africa, working for the West. Any place he entered, he is there for the mission of the West, not for his own people. And these are the people that need to go. Every one of them is going. They are all living. All those people who say we will not be free, we will be here and they will live and we'll be free. We'll be free. And they will never ever stop us. I want us to pay attention and conclude on the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
From you and I, they're waiting. It's like a farm where they harvest. I told all of you during NSAS program, you cannot stop your protest. If you stop, you're finished. And some of you, as they're doing today in Anambra, you abandoned what you're fighting for, started looking for packets of Indomie in a warehouse. Palliative. These black people looking for food. Now you have finished the Indomie. You have finished the spaghetti. You have finished the tin fish. That thing holding you, has it left you? Black people, I'm asking this UG black. After you abandoned SARS protest to go and look for Indomie, that thing holding you, has it abandoned you? The answer is no. You still have the same problem. That is why they can. This is the one they found though. 7,000 is the one they discovered by mistake. Imagine how many that has gone there. Today people refer to Obasanjo as an elder statesman. Elder statesman. Whereas this man instituted something that is worse than evil itself. The harvesting of organs of his own citizens. Anyway, in Africa, because we are black, you know, we always love evil. People, some of you will like him because he's evil. No, we are black, man. We love evil very much. This is a confirmation of what I have been saying all along. SARS is not special. They are there to kill young people. Once you're handsome, you're from the East, and you're doing well in Amacha, they'll bring you out from a bus conveying you, and they'll kill you. Nobody's going to ask. Who's going to ask? Because the Britain you're complaining to, Britain, they need fresh liver. They need kidney from young people from our land. When it comes to organ trade and transfer, there is no racism. Because it's a maternal organ. Nobody knows which organ is a white man or a black man. Once the blood type can match, that's the end of the story. They now become, they're no longer racist. They love black once your liver is concerned. And now, once they have taken the inside, some unscrupulous individuals in China will say, oh, at least bring us the penis. Bring us the penis, we need it here. And you're in Africa. Shouting one Nigeria. You people are insane. People are mad. Lunatics everywhere. Lunatics everywhere. Some of you have the reason why I preach the way I do is because if you cannot reason, you can never make any progress in life. Reason is what makes you human. Ask yourself, is my child's penis amongst the 7,000 and something that is sent to China? This is from Nigeria. Those people that they killed, they have parents, they have brothers and they have sisters. Even if they don't, they have relatives. The nearly 7,500 penises of young men from Nigeria, so to speak, is in China to service that market. Where is their liver? Where is their kidney? Where are all other vital organs in their bodies? Who got that one? And you never ask yourself, how did this begin? How did it come about? How? Any day you ask yourself that very simple question, how did we get to where we are today? You remember who brought in SARS. You will also remember it is Obasanjo. And you will know the reason why he met Sheikh Gumi, talking about keeping Nigeria one. Do you see the mess you're in? Now, let me put it to you this way. As long as SARS exists in Nigeria, as long as you continue to answer to one Nigeria, it doesn't matter who you are, one day your male child will go missing. And who knows, when you go to China, you'll be eating his penis, you will not know. You know, maybe in wonton soup, you'll be eating his penis, you will not know. That is the result of black man's stupidity and inability to reason. Now that you have seen that almost 8,000 people are missing, young people, instead of you to start asking questions, where are those people? How come body parts of this magnitude got to China? It's our turn, 2023. Our chairman, transition chairman, election, politics, until it happens to you. Then your eyes will clear. Why am I saying this about reasoning? Our people, all of you have forgotten that this is not the first time that Southeast governors have floated on a security outfit. You have all forgotten. By this time last year, they floated one as well. Nothing came of it. That one, I'll give you the name in a minute. Some of you, you know. I want some of you who are online now, listening, those with Google, even those listening on radio, go and get your phone, smartphone or tablet or laptop, connect it to the internet. Ask yourself, did Southeast governors float a security outfit February of 2020? And what is the name? Ogbunigwe will come out. Have you forgotten? All of you have forgotten. Southeast governors unveil plans for regional security outfit after a prolonged closed-door meeting February 9, 2020. The name was Ogbunigwe. Now, after 1 year, it's a Bubako. Maybe next year to be a giraffe or a rhino. A Bubago. Oh my goodness me. My goodness me. People should stop complaining on Facebook and go to Instagram or join any of the other platforms that I have, please, that we're reaching you with this evening. Go to Instagram, it's open. They can't stop that one. Ogbunigwe, it was called. A year ago, they found Ogbunigwe. Only 1 year ago. Now we say we're back home. Every year. Why are they? Because what they are not in competition with their mates in the far north of the zoo. They are fighting IPOB and ESN because people listen to us when we speak. They know our people follow our directive. They understand that very well because our people we are the most intelligent race, if not in the whole world, at least in Africa. Our people cannot listen to you unless you have a valid point. Exactly. They cannot follow you unless they know that you are clean.
Absolutely.
It's in their nature. That's how they are. Mm-hmm. It may take them years to begin to listen to you.
Bam.
But you have to prove that you are worthy to be listened to.
This part is very important. Everybody that is watching, this message is for anybody. Wherever you belong, whoever you think you are following, whatever you think you are, whichever position you think you are. This very word that Mazi Nnamdi spoke now is very important to keep to heart. If you are serving Biafra, you are working for Biafrans, you are in this journey, this part of the message is for all of us. You don't command respect from anybody. You don't demand respect from anybody. The Biafrans need to see you work. Biafrans want result. Once they see result, nothing will stop them from supporting you. You heard Mazi Nnamdi. I want us to listen to it again. This part, very, very important. Let me take it back a little bit. Let's hear it again.
A year ago, they found Ogbunigwe. Only 1 year ago. Now we say we're back home. Every year. Why are they? Because what they are not in competition with their mates in the far north of the zoo. They are fighting IPOB and ESN because people listen to us when we speak. They know our people follow our directive. They understand that very well because our people we are the most intelligent race
carefully on this part.
World, at least in Africa. Mm-hmm. Our people cannot listen to you unless you have a valid point. Absolutely. They cannot follow you unless they know that you are clean.
You hear it?
It's in their nature. That's how they are. Mm-hmm. It may take them years to begin to listen to you. Mm-hmm. But you have to prove that you are worthy to be listened to. Because our people listen to what we tell them, to the directives we give to them. That is the reason why every year they unveil a security outfit. Last year it was called Ogbunigwe. You have forgotten. But it's here. As some will say, the internet never lies. Of course it doesn't. Following a closed-door meeting held by the Southeast governors at the government house in Enugu, Governor David Nweze Umahi has disclosed their plan to forward a bill to Southeast Houses of Assembly to enact a law to back up the Southeast Regional Security Outfit called Ogbunigwe. The same thing they're saying this year. Exactly the same thing. Exactly the same thing. Oh my goodness. We are also on
Mazi Nnamdi message is full of answer. That is why anytime I feel like getting confused, or anytime I feel demoralized, or anytime I feel like walking away, anytime I feel like giving up, when I look for answer, I will go back to Mazi Nnamdi and find an answer. Just like Cho Ayuba said that Mazi Nnamdi has given us every single information we need. We don't have to wait for him to come out and fight the battle for us. That was what he said to the DOS when they were talking against Mazi Simon Ekpa. Even as at now, Mazi Simon Ekpa in the same vein left for us every single information we need. But some of us are ignoring it. We are busy pushing blackmail, propaganda, talking about irrelevant issues, asking questions that we have the answers already. It is sad. But I thank Chukwu Okike that we still have places to get answers. We have places to get our consolation. And I pray that we will stand strong, and definitely we're going to get to that destination very, very soon. Yeah, welcome, my beloved sister Ojugo. Thank you for joining. If you're there, go ahead and unmute yourself. Let's hear from you, Sister Ojugo.
Okay, Virtuous, good morning.
Good morning, my sister. You're welcome. No.
Good morning to all Biafrans. Okay, I know I didn't join from the beginning, but I just listened to Mazi Nnamdi speak, and that emphasis about our people. And that answers it all. And I'm happy when you said, when you feel discouraged, when you feel like leaving it, when you feel like I can't handle this anymore, you refer back. That's like what we do with the Bible. It's like what we do with the Bible. Sometimes you feel depressed, sometimes you feel frustrated, sometimes you feel like, am I alone? Are you sure I can do this? What's going on? Questions and questions and questions. We'll normally fall back, for those that are Christian, we'll fall back to our Bible, because there's no word you will not find there for consolation to direct you. That's what the words of Mazi Nnamdi stand for. So, my thing is, how many people were sincerely following Mazi Nnamdi? I wasn't at that time. I wasn't, I think it was almost, I don't know if it's when they kidnapped him, that, it kind of get to me like, oh, what's going on here? But there are people that really follow this man from the onset. But because what is important is what is in your mind, what is or your purposes of following this person. Because that's what will help us to open up our mind or close our mind to what we have in mind, the negative that we have in mind. Because I always say that Mazi Nnamdi has said it all. I'm telling you. Simon Ekpa carried every word of Mazi Nnamdi and left us to where we are right now. For us. Because with Mazi Nnamdi, he was preaching. Because you have to preach. Preach. It's like somebody that you want to deliver. It's by preaching and preaching and preaching. And then the person's mind will open up. Do I want to accept this or should I reject it? And once the person open mouth for acceptance, the delivering is super easy. But if you force that person for that delivering will not happen. No matter how many weeks of deliverance, prayer and fasting, once it's not from that person, it will never happen because the acceptance was not there. So that's why when people are pushing out those negative propaganda, it's easy to identify it. Easy. When you listen to that person the first, the second day, if you're smart enough, you will know the direction the person is going. Immediately you dictate it. do this. You know, so anybody waiting for this leader, two leaders to come and start from the beginning. You're wasting your time. They've done what they're supposed to do. Mazi Nnamdi, a preacher, a super preacher. Mazi Simon Eba, put those preaching into action. And also give us a template that we will follow for this action to come to accomplishment of the government. It got us to that point. We'll say, this is our government. And this is how we will follow the government. You know. So, and when we get that government, it got to that point, you know, letting us know, when we get that government, this is what we need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing in order to secure that government, you know. So, my dear, my happiness is the fight is fighting itself. That's what I'm seeing on the social media. This fight is fighting itself. Anybody running up and down, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. The fight is fighting itself. You know, so, and I'm happy that our people, they know what is true and what is not true. You know, so thank you so much, brothers. I believe you, and I'm happy that you're bringing this strategy up to help our people. Good morning. To help our people to understand and know, you know, a reminder is very important, because the struggles of this world made it super easy for us to forget them. But when we have a reminder as we set up our clock, you know, to remind us. Okay.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. We appreciate you. We appreciate you for that wonderful contribution. It's not easy. When you see people who are really concerned and committed, you will know, even in the most tight schedules, you see them still coming out to air their opinion. So many people come from their offices. Some people will be driving, they will stop their car on the way and make their contribution. Those are commitments. These are sacrifices. These are sacrifices. When you listen to our sister, you can see that she's moving, going from one appointment or the other, and she's still talking. No matter how difficult it is with all those hard breaths, and she's still trying to make her contribution. The same way that one of our sisters always come here, Sister Ijoma, sometimes she'll be driving. And she will park and just make a contribution and continue. There's one of our brother here, Ocean. Sometimes Ocean will come in here, even in his schedule of job. With that little time, he will come and make his contribution. The same thing with our brother Greg and our brother Christian. From their offices, they are contributing and doing whatever they can do. Spare that time and come and speak. None of us have that abundance of time. Nobody is free. But the only thing that can make you to continue to speak and commit to this is because it concerns you. If you don't take Biafra issue as your personal business, take it as something that concerns you, about yourself. It is your own thing. You are doing it for yourself. Until you begin to see it as your own project, you cannot make the commitment the way so many of us are doing. But once you begin to see it as your own thing, you will commit everything. And you will not come here to create enmity. you will not focus attention on fighting your brother or your sister. As for me, I can't do that. I can't. It doesn't matter. Even if you don't agree with me on the part I am, you don't even agree with me, I don't spare my time to begin to castigate, blackmail, or talk about people, my own people unnecessarily. I don't do that. Except when you go out of line. I can call your attention and draw you back, and I move on and focus on the enemy. But today, what we see are people spending much more time on talking about themselves, fighting against ourselves, instead of fighting the real enemy. It is high time we focus. Look at Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. When you listen to me, if you are a person, everybody in the media is supposed to be following you. Listen to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If you are in the media, listen to the message of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see the way he organizes his programs. That when he comes, even the day that the Biafrans annoys him, you can see this very program I played. At the beginning of the program, his message was against our Biafran people, those people who have been bought. The way the Nigerian government and the politicians are manipulating our people to lure them into using them against us. And he came hard on them. But after he put that message for some few minutes, he entered into the major message against the enemies. Against the enemies, against the real oppressors that we are facing, the Janjaweed, the British, the West. That is how all his messages, that is how he delivers all his messages. But you will see our people, you are in the media, you will deliver 4 hours program. In that 4 hours, you will spend all the time claiming you are analyzing your brother or you're analyzing your sister, abusing and cursing. At the end of the day, you will ignore the major thing, the real war. You ignore the war and you fight only battle. Only battle to win one thing or the other, to win one argument or the other. At the end of the day, you lose the main battle. And some of us are enjoying it. Many of us are promoting it. Many of us are enjoying that form. But as for me, I know where I land mine. I know who I watched before I came in. I know what I saw before I came in. And it doesn't matter. Even if today, if there is nobody talking about Biafra again, nobody is qualified to talk about Biafra again, I will still be here and be talking. I will still be here, calling the attention of the world on what is happening in Biafra land. No matter what happens, I will still be here, calling the attention of the world on the atrocities of Nigerian government in our land, atrocities of the West in our land. It is a responsibility that has fallen on every single one of us to do it. Nobody will do it. The conventional media in Nigeria will not report the atrocities of Nigeria. Instead, they will switch the narrative. They will twist the narrative, just like the one they are doing today. They are trying to paint us as the kidnappers, led by the politicians. And some of us don't see it. We are busy saying other things. Nobody will report what is happening exactly the way it happened. The media in Nigeria will not report it. The international media will not report it. The independent media, all those investigative journalists, they will not even look at it. The only information that are coming out, the fact that are coming out is from these things we are doing online. You go to social media, you see people sending videos. Once it happens, the people that have courage will send the video and share on their platform. We will see it, we'll talk about it, and we'll share. Some will see it and they will send it to us, and we'll share it and we'll use it as a program. You never can tell who can come across it. We'll continue to create awareness. But when you lose focus on that major thing, and you're talking, I'm not saying that you wouldn't call back your brothers when they misbehave, but don't focus channel all your energy. If you have talent in propaganda and blackmail, please apply your talent on the right side. Apply it against the enemies. Apply it on those who are coming against us to make sure we don't have a life. Today is sit at home. And I appreciate every single Biafran today that is still holding on and keeping on. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to bless you. All our Biafran brothers and sisters in Biafra land that are losing their sleep, making sacrifice in one way or the other, losing their businesses and friends because of this very sit at home for more than 4 years and still counting. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every one of you. As many that have made it this far, you are going to be there and raise the flag of Biafra. No evil shall befall you. Whatever business you have lost today, you are going to win it 1,000-fold. Those customers you didn't meet today, tomorrow you are going to meet them. You are going to meet them even greater. Do not worry. Do not be disturbed. Do not worry yourself. Do not be disturbed. Chukwu Okike Abiama, who has made it possible for us to come, will never disappoint us. Chukwu Okike Abiama, who gave us the grace to be alive up to this moment, will never disappoint us. Wherever you are and you are part of this journey, please continue to hold on. Biafra is possible. Very, very possible. It is possible. Represent on your own side. In the part of this recognition, represent you yourself. You yourself. Be that example. Let people see you and your action, the way you write on the comment section in Biafran program, the way you conduct your program. Let people see it and say, because of this guy, I'm not going to give up. Let people say it and say, because of this woman, I will not walk away. Let people see you and say, because of this person, I will support. Let even people who are not Biafrans, when they come across your video, journalists across the world, activists across the world, when they come across your video, it will touch their heart to speak about the issue of Biafra. We can do that. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect us. As we are ending the program, every one of us that have been able to contribute in one way or the other, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect us. And we are going to come back again in the evening for the evening section of the program. Thank you so much for being part of us on this morning section. We're going to end this to come back in the evening hours. May Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect us. And we'll commit all our leaders into the hand of Chukwu Okike Abiama. The Deputy Prime Minister, COS, Chukwu Okike Abiama should give her wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Our Prime Minister, Mazi, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide him, protect him, bring him back to us as soon as possible. Save him and secure him. Every evil plan against him will not stand. Whatever pit they have dug for him in Finland and the authorities, it will fail. As we are waiting for the final judgment of his case by next month, we pray that next month we will be celebrating with our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa. By next month, no matter what the devil might do, Chukwu Okike Abiama will rewrite that script. And next month will bring joy to us as we wait for our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa appearance again. We shall overcome. We commit our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu before Chukwu Okike Abiama. As he is in the net of the enemies, may Chukwu Okike Abiama guide and protect and secure him, give him good health, grant him healing, give him more revelation, strength to continue to hang on until he joins us. We believe also that by October, they will have no other choice because they have reached the elastic limit. The only thing that is remaining is to let go. And I believe that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa will join us very soon. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. And no weapon formed or fashioned against our leaders shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. See you again in the evening. Stay blessed and always keep fighting. We shall win. Bye-bye.